What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Okay So Boom. Today we have a full and packed show with the latest gossip news stories, and we're gonna give y'all our elder millennial opinions on such. As usual, I am here with three of my favorite people: Monique,
Hey
Matt,
y'all.
Hey,
and Ryan.
What's up?
So, happy Easter!
happy
Yes, happy
Easter.
Easter.
Yeah, I was right before this. I was mid Easter egg hunt. And so
Oh.
that was the delay. I apologize on that, but the kids was like, "I don't care. We about to."
Don't
And
stop
then
my hunt.
it was one egg that had $3 in it, so somebody they had to find that egg because some Mason actually found it, so he was happy. Um,
Go ahead, Mace.
he cleaned up. He cleaned up. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't here for the game, so
Mm-hmm.
but anybody, you guys got plans today? What you cooking?
Oh, just a little ham, little dressing, little sweet potatoes, little potato salad, little mac.
Mm,
Some macaroni
Yeah,
and cheese. Don't forget the mac.
I did. I said a little mac and cheese.
Oh, okay.
I
Monique, you
just
That's
make
came
good.
my
real country with it.
you top
Gonna
you
drink some
top
gin
two
jam.
you top two potato salads for me. I'm not a big potato salad person. I like potatoes. Okay, don't judge me. I like potato salads from the store, like from the
Mm-hmm.
supermarket. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't ask you why it's bland. I know it don't got no
Some of them
flavor.
be good. Like
I
that
I
like
mean,
them.
you
almond
can
can be
add
good.
salt and pepper though if
No,
need
I
be,
like
but
them
yeah.
bland. I like them
You like
straight.
it, boy. And she said, you top two, Monique. What does that say?
Hey, well, no, man ain't bland,
No,
baby. So
yours ain't bland. Yours not bland. That's such a contrast. But no, but the supermarket potato salad not in the top. I just happen to like it.
yeah, I mean, we mess with it for especially like picnics and stuff. Like, I'm not going all out for stuff, but
Yeah,
it's
you
the
can.
holiday.
Sometimes if I'm feeling fancy, I'll chop a little onion up. I'll chop a boiled egg up. Put a little bit more mustard in there. I call it semi homemade. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
A
It's
little.
a whole entire TV show, so
That
respect.
was my show. That was my show. Um,
Thought he was cheating.
I'm
It was
not doing it.
awesome.
I'm not doing traditional this year. I just
Yeah.
don't feel like it. Though my brother and his family are here.
Mm.
I was like, I'm not cooking. I'm tired. So I just
Yeah.
got some ribeyes, do some mashed potatoes and some green beans, and I
Hmm.
made a pineapple upside down cake. That's also was the delay because I had to wait
Yeah.
until I could flip my cake because if you wait too long, it's stuck. If you flip it too early,
Oh yeah.
it's
It was
stuck.
messed
So
up.
I was caught up, y'all. My apologies again.
No, but it's Easter though. This be like the forgiveness factor, right?
Okay, right. I was like, we gotta be out. Okay, now look at me. Okay, so I'm sorry. I can admit my wrong. See, Ryan,
You
I do
still you
admit my
still the mom of
wrongs.
the house.
You see,
No
I
comment.
You know?
I will stalk you through this thing.
It's a, it's a trap, Ryan. Don't fall
I
for
know, right? No comment.
it.
It's not a
It's
trap.
a trap.
Right. You're supposed to be like, I love you, babe. All right. So, but anything besides that, anybody got anything notable or exciting that happened this week?
Well, was that this week that I got my coronavirus
Yes, it
vaccine?
was. How you feeling?
Oh,
It
yeah,
sure
yeah.
was. Look at it, messing with my mind and my memory and
Mm.
everything. I'm
It's
just
not.
playing. No,
Yeah,
I'm
I got
good.
yeah.
I'm good.
How
So,
your arm feel? Is it like lead?
it's actually no, my arm is good. So the lady who gave me my vaccine gave me a tip, like if you use the arm or whatever, and since I'm, dead in the throes of a lot of strength training, I just kept doing what I was doing. So I only had like really 1 day of soreness. I didn't have a long.
I
Mm.
can get mine
Keep
on
this for a
Monday
second shot.
at midnight.
Yeah,
I'm cycling through because I'm trying to get mine before the rush happens.
yeah,
So I can get it
You're
yeah.
on
going to a
Monday.
midnight release vaccine?
But
Is that what I
that
heard?
yeah, basically that's the equivalent.
All right.
I'm being
It's still a lot of. It was still a lot of
refreshed.
people. They
I'm so
tricked me.
excited. I've never been this excited to get a vaccine in my life.
For real,
Yeah.
Matt,
because it does make you feel like you coming close to give your sense of normalcy back. Like,
yes.
literally, like I'm over here, like, yeah, I can go outside and feel a little bit, especially in West Virginia with all these fools with their noses out. Like, bro,
I
still,
be wanting to sock people. Can I say that? I be wanting to sock people when they walking around with their mask with their nose out. I be like, take it down. And then Mason was like, kids ain't got no filter. She was like, he's not wearing his mask properly. And I was like,
That's right.
and,
it's better than
Yeah.
Matt. Matt
and
just
the
walk
man just
past and be
looked, and
like, he
I was,
knows.
Yeah.
what happened?
I said it's better than Matt. Matt just walked past him. I'm gonna clean it up. He called him a penis nose, but he don't be looking at him or nothing. He just say it out loud so they can hear him.
Like you might as well. You just doing the bare minimum. Matt, what
Or
It's
about you?
stare at him when I walk
because
by with a mask on like,
it's because of that meme. Remember the meme that was like wearing your mask like this is the equivalent to wearing your underwear like this. And it
No,
was
I
like
ain't never
Yeah.
seen that
and it
one.
was like, you know,
it was a dude with
Just
his junk
flopping
out.
out.
It was like,
it was laid out there.
You do
yeah.
anything
So
notable, Matt, this week?
I got the vaccine also on Monday, and I got way more tired than Monique did. It was like 2 days of like I was exhausted.
Mm.
yeah.
So and my
Well, that's
arm hurt a
good.
little bit, but it wasn't bad.
Y'all doing your part. Mr. Williams, what you do this week?
Went to church this morning, so we had a catered buffet type
Look at
situation.
Greedy.
So
Didn't talk
I
about the
still got
message,
some
but talk
food.
about the cater buffet.
I still got some food. Besides that, just chilling.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that's great. I'm glad everybody's doing that. All 3 out of 4 people are vaccinated besides me. I got to do my part. Monday,
Like,
vaccine release. I'll update y'all next week.
Oh, is that when y'all doing it? That's the only reason why I was able. They changed their eligibility. I couldn't
Yeah.
get it until they made it for everybody 16 and over.
See, here is 18 and over tomorrow. So it's
Mm-hmm.
still not
Yes.
16 yet. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yep, I'm about to get my vaccine. I ain't never been so happy to get a shot in my life. Like,
Right?
let's go.
Like
yeah,
my whole
I got
mindset changed. Like the longer quarantine went on and all the foolishness went on. At first I was like, I'm gonna have to wait, but they ain't killed all these old people. So as soon as
hey, we waited long enough. We waited long enough. They vaccinated what, like 100 million people so far.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Most of them is okay.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
All right. But yo, listen, I was just minding my business last night. Round. I hadn't been on the internets for a couple hours. And
Mm-hmm.
I come on and DMX has OD'd. They didn't say
Mm-hmm.
what drug, but he had a particular drug he messed with, which was usually
Mm-hmm.
of the cocaine family. Um, OD'd and is on life support
Mm-hmm.
in the vegetative state. And I feel like that Michael Jordan, I took that personally because
Yeah.
like DMX got me through high school. I used to walk with my not my Walkman. What you call it? Discman? Is that
Yeah,
what you
this
call it?
man.
The this
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
man,
You don't want to
We
run.
had to this, yeah.
You had to walk carefully because you didn't want it to skip. Like I used to walk
carrying it
from,
like this.
yep, like this. I used to try to squeeze it in my purse, but y'all fellas didn't have that option. But like I can't believe, like when I saw him on Versus, did anybody see the Versus battle
Hmm.
with him and Snoop
Yes.
Dogg? He
Mm-hmm.
looked good. He looked good.
He
You could
did. He
tell he was
did.
clean at that time. Addiction is uh, such an
Yeah.
ugly disease,
Mm-hmm.
and having money in addiction, it has to be, in my opinion, that much harder to overcome because
Right.
you have a craving. You just go to your bank account and you go,
Yeah,
do what you have to do. But
Mm-hmm.
you
what
can buy
was,
your own crack. Then
yeah,
that's a problem.
exactly. It's for real. But what was your
Not saying
favorite
he's on crack.
DMX
I don't
song?
know what he's on.
Yeah. What was your favorite DMX song?
Rough Riders,
Mm-hmm.
That was
I
yours?
and
think
I
that's the
love when he
go-to.
prays.
Rough Riders anthem was it.
Yeah, and I like when he prays too. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
need DMX to pray for DMX.
Right, for
Yeah.
real. I don't know. I think the whole it's hard for me to pinpoint. Like the whole "It's Dark and Hell is Hot" is I love the whole album. And I remember being in high school and like we went to church a whole lot. And
Mm-hmm.
the name of this album is "It's Dark and Hell is Hot." And he on there he covered in blood. I'm like, yo, I feel torn. Like I shouldn't be listening to this, but
Yeah.
let me dabble in a couple songs real quick. And I just love DMX. Who you like? I mean, what's your favorite song, Ryan?
Uh, I'm trying to think. I don't remember the
You're not a
title, but
fan. You're not a
is
fan.
it
Should be right there.
Is
is it
it
da-
X
is it
gonna
Damien?
get it?
Right there.
You like
Damien?
Damien?
I like when he went back and forth, not knowing that he was having a psychotic break at the time, but like when he would rap against himself.
Yeah.
Mm.
Those my favorite.
And I remember, like, I didn't do it, but DMX got arrested, got pulled over in Buffalo, and he was supposed to go to a court in Buffalo, and like I didn't do it. I promise you I did. Mad people from my school and other schools skipped school and went down to the courthouse to see him in person, and he
Mm-hmm.
even show up. I was like, that's exactly why I'm not gonna do that.
He never showed up to nothing.
It ain't worth the whooping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But all right, but honestly, I know people say pray for. I'm gonna pray for you, but pray for DMX if anybody out there, cares about DMX. Pray that spirit of addiction off
Mm,
of him, because that is just it's hard. It's
it's
a hard
hard.
battle.
Mhm.
You know.
It definitely is. And it's, the perspective on addiction is so skewed, like across different cultures and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like, so I hope that people can keep the humanity in that man and ignore that he's a celebrity, ignore that he's black, and pray for him like you would pray for your own people. Or wish well if you don't pray or whatever you do,
Amen.
that's tough.
I agree with that. And so, all right, so now we got DMX out the way. I'm sorry, I had to take a little moment because I love DMX. Ryan would not go see DMX with me. I understand. Before I move on, DMX came here probably like 2 years ago when he started touring again. And
Hmm.
that's a really small club. And I was like, oh my God, Ryan, DMX is coming. Can we go? He
You
was like,
see Matt like nah.
he was like, he was like,
Same way. I'd
no.
be like, ooh, so and so is here. He'd be like, that's nice. Like, where? Mm,
He was like,
get your ass.
they're gonna be engaging in illicit activities, and then I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
pee test. And I was like, ah,
It was mad
all
like, I ain't about
right.
to lose my clearance over no doggone concert.
Mm-mm.
We could go see Brian McKnight.
We can start back at one.
We go see John Legend. We ain't going to see no rappers. See out here. No.
That's hilarious. Okay,
I'm not
I
going to see
understood.
you.
I was sad, but I didn't even argue. I knew he was gonna say no in the first place, but I was like, let me. How will I know for sure if I don't throw it out there? So, all right.
Right, yeah.
All right, but believe it or not, that was not topic one. We'll go ahead and we'll move into topic one, which was I was, online, and I saw this news report about a teacher who was caught on Zoom talking
Mm-hmm.
bad about Black people in general, but specifically the student. Didn't know
Mm-hmm.
it's a big old microphone. Like I'm talking and I can see my volume going up and down as I'm talking, indicating
Mm-hmm.
that I am still in an active room. Didn't know she was on there. Talked about these people bad. Said that's how Black people are, and
Yeah.
you know she had been trying. She probably had not been trying to get a hold of his mother. Who knows? But I mean, but why is it that that's how it was because she was Black? So
Right.
and got caught. So what do you think about that, Monique? Tell me.
I mean, I think when people are racist, they will literally use any and every excuse to show that because, I mean, any parent who's been active in a school environment knows that a teacher complains about parents not coming through, not showing up to all kinds of different things and of all different races. You see it. I mean, we mainly live, in mixed or predominantly white communities. I've heard teachers conversate and be like, nobody ever comes to parent teacher. Nobody, not the Black parents don't come, not the white parents don't come. Nobody. Like it's very few. So that lady just, she was racist. She wanted to use that opportunity to be like that and probably try to indoctrinate that thinking into whoever she was talking
She talked to
to.
her
And
husband.
she was talking to her husband.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if he didn't know he was married to somebody that think like that, which I doubt he knows now, and however he want to deal with it, that's how he deal with it, because he probably thinks the same way. He probably was sitting there like, like, yep,
So she
that's
said,
exactly right.
she said, she's speaking to the husband, and she's like, your son has learned to lie to everybody and make excuses because
Mm-hmm.
you've taught him to make excuses. That's not that nothing is his fault. That's what Black people do. That's what Black people do.
Mm-hmm.
White people do it too, but Black people do it way more. And I
Mm-hmm.
just okay, before I say mine, Matt, what you think about that?
Uh, I think it's sad that we have to talk about a story like this every week. Like, what the hell is wrong with
Right.
people, right? Like,
Yeah.
just stop being racist. Stop hating somebody for the color of their skin, or just random pettiness. Like, uh, I hope this teacher stubs her toe very hard, and
In the unemployment line.
in the
In the unemployment line, exactly. That's a given. Fired.
what is it? I hope she bump her shin on the corner of the bed frame.
Ooh. And
Ooh,
break
ooh,
the
that hurt.
skin too.
Ooh, ooh,
Break the
yeah.
skin.
But
That
we
won't
just
all her
need,
furniture to whoop her ass.
yeah,
Her house gonna turn to Beauty and the Beast.
exactly. I wish her minor inconveniences. I don't, but we don't need people like this in charge of any minority's future, or give them the ability to shape someone's life. It's
I
good
mean,
to.
any child, period. Yeah.
Well, Ryan, do you think that this was always her belief, or do you think she got this thought after working in the education system for years?
No, it's always been there. Like you can't be an ist of any kind and then
Mhm.
try to be unbiased. Like the way she taught was probably derogatory towards kids and all that stuff. And she got it probably the same way. Like she was talking to her husband. That's probably how her parents were talking to her at the dinner table, X, Y, and Z. So like I hate when people say, "Well, I was frustrated, so I said something racist." Like, no, you let it
Yeah.
slip. You let it slip because you're racist. You know what I mean? Like your filter went down because you're frustrated, and you finally let it out. So
Right.
Like I think, and it makes me like nervous because like that's why I'm like always on guard. Like you said, Monique, we live in a predominantly white area. My kids go to a predominantly white school. I'll probably say we're like
Mhm.
maybe 5% of the school.
Right.
Um, and so I'll be so nervous because back in the day, I wonder if parents didn't have to worry as much because you don't know everything. Now you know
Mhm.
every week. Like Matt said, there's another story of somebody just being racist for no
Mhm.
reason. Like you're an educator. You're in charge. You're molding my child.
Yeah.
And to know that you have this background and this bias because of his
Yeah.
skin, like I'm always on edge. Like I relax toward once the school year starts and I meet the teacher and you
Mhm.
know like now like my youngest who is actually physically in traditional school, his teacher is great, but until I knew that, you know,
Right.
I'm mama bear. And it's a shame that you have to be on guard until you're not. It should be the opposite where, you go in trusting and then in the incident, but you cannot do that because
Yeah.
you have those bias.
I don't know. I think that's why I'm feeling homeschooling a lot too, because I mean, I'm never not. For me, it's been a double-edged sword. You have a young, mixed child. He's definitely not a white child. His mom is definitely a black woman in a place below the Mason-Dixon line. And I know these are some old school um, ideology, having people in these environments. And it doesn't just go to race, it also goes to ideas about special needs. Like we are beyond where, you 70 something, but you still don't believe in autism, or you still don't believe in ADHD. And some of the things that we encountered, even in the process of trying to get our son accepted into a school as a special needs child, like not that they weren't going to let him go, but like they were just on some disrespectful stuff, like trying to describe his behavior and all of that kind of stuff. When I found that out, like, yeah, I was ready to rip everybody a new one. And it gets to a point where you're like, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna take care of mine like me. And the pandemic gave me an opportunity to explore that. And I might homeschool him forever because it will keep people alive if I do that. Because I
Which
feel like people really be trying it.
which is which is which is what we want because we don't want you in the jail. I have to be putting money on your
I,
books and writing you letters, and I might forget.
right. I was explaining to my mom last night. She was like, why do you go to that place? And I told her, like, because I try to be so good, like, to people. And like I do when I am put in a position to like defend anything that's mine, whether it's me, my family, whatever, I black out. I go off. And it's so I just keep him homeschooled.
I mean, if that works for you, I would do it, if that works for you and
Yeah,
your family and you got it down, then he's thriving. I know I couldn't do that because like I don't know if I
yeah.
have the patience, and he gonna be dumb if I do it.
It's
But you know what?
definitely
Go ahead and watch TV. It's okay. We
we
did enough
definitely
today.
have some bad days where Joey is like, oh look, I don't care what kind of school it is. I don't want to do it.
Right.
We struggle sometimes, but I can get them right.
Yeah. No, you're doing a great job. So I don't know. Like I haven't had to have a go off situation yet. I thought I might have to have one, but it petered down. Like I said, isn't it in Florida, and it depends on the neighborhood too. Like I know, like we live in a really good neighborhood. They go to a great school. He gets a great education. But if we was like, unfortunately, like in like a different community, I don't know if he would get that care, and I just feel bad for those kids. But topic two, which is, what's your opinion on this? That Baltimore will no longer prosecute drug possession, prostitution, and other low-level crimes. Like, Ryan, what do you feel about that move? Good or bad?
So I think it's an interesting experiment. And ideally, I think it'll work. I think it's a good idea. You'll stop dragging people through the mud for crimes that are not detrimental to society, so to speak. Like
Hmm.
you can do a lot for those smaller misdemeanors. You can get people to not have criminal records for the rest of their lives based on some nonsense, or not having the ability to pay for more than the public defender. But I don't know, because we don't do that in America. It's worked in other countries. I don't know. I think it'll work here, uh, but uh, it's the whole, people aren't comfortable with sex work. People are not comfortable with um, uh, use of any type of drug, things of that nature. Like, not that I condone any of that stuff, but I think if you uh, decriminalize the things that are not felonies, they're not domestic, they're not violent, I think
Mhm.
it'll go a long way for the community. So this would be an
Right.
interesting experiment.
So I think these
Mm.
people, you will still get a ticket. It's not like you get no punishment. Like, so you'll get a ticket. There'll be a
Yeah.
consequence, but you ain't gonna go to jail. Um,
Mhm.
Matt, what do you think about that?
I both agree and disagree, right? So just having lived in Alaska where they have a similar thing where they pretty much decriminalized, we'll say petty crime and misdemeanors,
Mhm.
right? So
Hmm.
like uh, things like public drunkenness, like there's people just toe up, homeless people toe
Wandering
up all
around.
over the street
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live there.
and running around naked and having intercourse in the middle of, you could see them as you drive by, or what in Alaska. So the police won't show up for shoplifting if the item being stolen is under $1,000, right?
What?
Right.
So you could literally walk into a store, pick up something worth $900 and walk out, right? And only the people that work at that store is going to be upset because police ain't coming, right?
Yeah.
So just having watched Anchorage, Alaska go from what it was in 2004 to 2008 to what it was in 2016 to 2019,
It's
I
worse.
don't think, what's that?
It's worse.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so much worse.
Mm.
I don't think this law is a good thing as a whole. Uh, but at the
Yeah. I
same
think it
time,
depends on the place too, babe. Though, like I feel like Anchorage's police force is really stretched, very thin. Like they're always looking for people to come be cops up there. They paying people
well, it's
like
the same thing in Baltimore.
$35 an hour to start to be a cop up there. So when
It's
you
the
don't have
same thing in
enough law
Baltimore.
enforcement,
But what
hmm?
I was going to say, let me finish my thought. Right?
Oh yeah,
Is
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I think it's a good thing to not criminally prosecute poor people who are
Right.
doing things to try and live. Right? So things like prostitution, I don't think anybody wants to, they
Mhm.
wake up in the morning and say, yeah, you know what, I think I'm going to be a prostitute today. Like, like I don't think that
Yeah.
happens, right? They're doing it out of some sort of necessity to try and survive.
Hmm.
Uh, and another thing in the article that I liked was they said that they are going to take that funding that was going towards prostitution, prosecution,
Wait, they got a fund for it?
No fun.
the
Oh, fund.
Ho funds. Ho fund me.
Not that.
But
Okay.
they're going to take it and put it towards things to help people going through those
Yeah.
bad situations. So I thought that was excellent. So
Mhm.
we had a plan to help people also.
So I have a
Yeah.
quick question. So are they doing it in Alaska though? I think, is that the difference? Are they
That
are
is
they
the
actually
difference.
are they actually using the funds that they would have done to prosecute people to help the natives and the people who are now residents of Alaska
No, Alaska is
get healthy?
really,
I'm going to say I
Alaska's
don't know.
politicians are greedy.
Gotcha.
There's nothing being, it's, like I told y'all about the earthquake. Anytime a school has not been rebuilt all these years after that earthquake, and marijuana is legal, and these companies are paying millions to the state in taxes for it, and you haven't put a doorknob on the school yet, they're not building any shelters there. That Black Angus Inn Hotel down there.
Yeah.
It's being condemned. It was a halfway house, but it was a hotel also. So you got guests on one floor and complete and utter debauchery on the second, and rats and roaches, and
I don't
they
think
did a news
anybody in
story
their right
about it. It
mind
was ridiculous.
would be a guest at the what was it, at the Black Angus.
The
Oh
Black
man.
Angus.
Oh, that joint
Goodness.
was rough when I was down there.
It's rough. That city needs Jesus so bad they turned a strip club into a church. Fantasies
They
on Fifth is
did.
a
They did
church.
do that.
I hope they
What
bless
was
them
it?
walls.
Fantasies on Fifth is now a church, and
That is
Whole new meaning to Holy Ghost.
or something. Oh man, that's crazy. Well, I feel like I said, I don't know how I feel. I'd have to see it play out. I feel like it's a
Yeah,
good idea. I think we've all had good ideas that turned out when we put them into action that they were not as good
yeah,
as we thought it was gonna be.
right.
Um, I get the fact of not, you know, giving somebody a criminal record for selling weed. Like I get that, and I agree with that, especially when it's legalized in some places. I think that is wrong.
Yeah,
Prostitution, like the only reason why I don't agree with prostitution because it's that person's body, but
yeah.
like I don't want disease to spread, So if it goes unchecked, then it may be a hope for all, and we don't want that.
it's, it's only to the people buying hoes. So I don't care.
Well,
But no, see,
Joe was buying the hoe, and then he go back to his wife. Now his wife done been with the hoe. Now everybody got the syphilis.
It's just a penicillin shot.
That's the same argument for clean needles. Like people are like, no, I don't give them needles. I just make them do more drugs. Like, well, if you don't give them clean needles, then they're going to
you're
spread
gonna
the
have a health.
disease
Yeah,
amongst one another, and then you have to pay for it when they go to the emergency room. So,
right.
I mean, like, just give the sex workers condoms to take with them. They choose to use them or not. That's up to them.
They should use that instead of using all that taxpayer money to prosecute them. They definitely should. I
They're
think
gonna be
they
running
should
through
personally
50
be
to
able
100
to
condoms
work
a
it,
night.
honestly. Start the business, give them a building to go to do their job, and
Make it
let
be a
them people
brothel.
come and check. Yeah, and let
Give
them
them a
come and check
brothel.
in and show their ID and use that. It already exists, right? Let that be that. Let the in-house doctor come and examine these girls, like doing it that way, and it could also alleviate a lot of this stuff that we see with these 15 and 16-year-olds doing it too. You can alleviate a lot of the
Well,
stuff with these
they always
kids
gonna
doing
find a
it.
way to do that though, because people
I mean,
nasty.
yeah, but that's for the state officials to deal with. The adults should definitely have a way to do it and do it in a safe way, because it's the world's oldest profession. They've been selling cat since the doggone caveman times, probably.
Be like,
Bartering
hey,
for pieces of beef, pterodactyl wings.
you wanna go get drinks after dinner? Like, no, I was gonna go down to the Clap Clap house and see what was cooking down there. They got some new girls. I thought that might
And
I
was
that's
my
don't.
their
So
business.
I
And
don't
that's
think.
their business.
But I think that's always been the argument. Like, well, if we legalize it, then everybody will do it. But I don't. That's not the case. Like,
right.
people who were going to pay
You
for
still
it
got people that
are
won't.
going to do it, and people who weren't
Right.
are not. It's just I can just change your mind. Like, oh, it's legal now.
Yeah.
Clap time.
Like somebody just sitting on their
You're
couch
gonna get
just waiting
the
for prostitution. Constitution to be
You don't get
legal.
the clap.
Yeah, you're gonna get the clap if you keep being in them streets. But
There's
that
still
is
risk associated with it. That's one of them things I don't think it'll ever be perfect. Even if they made them wage workers and gave, it's never gonna be perfect. You
Wage
still gonna have
workers.
problems. You know.
yeah, they I don't know. I think I agree with everybody. I would say less kudos for the idea. Let's try it.
Yeah,
See if
let's just see what y'all do.
well, I'll see what it ain't in my city, so well,
Yeah.
so do it and start in your city. Let's see what it's like. But no, I I feel the idea behind it. I just want to see if it's gonna be effective. But
Yep.
what y'all think about these little Nas X Satan shoes?
Rebuke them. No, it's
That
playing.
well, basically that are said to contain 1 drop of human blood. I don't know how they designated 1 drop per shoe. If they was like dropping
It
it
was
in.
actually from
It's
it's probably from the staff of the company that customized the shoes. The
Yeah.
staff,
in the article they said they use the joint they take glucose tests with. They use that to get the drop of blood.
What?
Yeah, they
I just think it's
And
just
then it
incredibly
has,
stupid.
and it did make me because I didn't know it has I think it was Luke 10.
In
10:18.
18, and Satan fell from heaven or some mess like that.
Yeah, he and he replied, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. I was like, you gonna
They went
put the
all in.
word on your
They went all in. They the triple sixes. They got the drop of blood in them. They got the pentagram,
Upside down crucifix. Yeah.
upside down
they
crucifix.
got an upside down crucifix on there.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
the tongue.
Oh my goodness. That
yeah.
I don't know why that piece affected me oh my goodness, that's so
That,
disrespectful.
see that reaction? That's what he wants. That's what him and a
Yeah.
lot of them attention hoes want. I make a shoe, don't make a shoe, get a devil a lap dance. Look, whatever floats your boat, little Nas.
Oh yeah, he doubled down. His fake apology had him giving Satan a lap dance instead. Like
Again,
he
he
wants
won't
people
do it 2 times.
he wants people to
Look,
feel as uncomfortable as possible. Like he says it in the
right.
message though. He's like, I want people to feel as uncomfortable as I felt growing up.
Just do you. Like why are
Yeah.
you trolling like so hard? Like
Because he
it's just
hasn't dealt with his trauma and he got money now. When people haven't dealt with trauma and they get an opportunity, that level of exposure, now look at him making this effort to traumatize others instead of just carrying on with his life. You
mhm.
letting society and Christians and all these other people that ain't thinking about you live rent free in your head. You literally go to these people in, come and look at me do all this silly stuff. But you got people like me who generally practice not caring as a mantra. And I'm like, boy, you look stupid. That's how it looked to me. You're making
It's the old saying though, hurt people hurt people.
I was
Like
gonna say that.
exactly
Dang.
his
how can
trauma,
you be?
he wants to project his trauma onto other people. And I mean,
Yeah,
that's a lot of people are like that though. Whether he's doing it
and
because
that's
of
really what it is. And you
orientation.
traumatize mess out of these Christians instead of them doing it, just not even turning the other cheek, but literally just ignoring it, because him and his demographic literally has nothing to do with the church. So him trying to launch an insult, there's been plenty of insults launched at so many different churches. Let that boy live. I don't care about the shoe. I don't look. All of that was a big attention thing. His name is ringing bells once again, and he gonna make money off of people watching that video.
He is. I didn't watch the video. I just like I said, like that's not my demographic. I'm in the old age. I only watch Old Town Road because Mason liked that song.
Mhm.
I just wish that I don't know, I guess I'm just sensitive. But like Brian said, it's a whole nother topic. Like I just wish that like like I'm not to call out any specific group, but like if you're a Christian, don't shove Christianity down people's throats. You don't have to do that. If you're a vegan,
Mhm.
don't make non-vegans feel bad about eating meat. If you're
Mhm.
like nobody is faulting you. Like why are you being so aggressive with your message?
Right.
I
Right.
am absolutely faulting vegans, by the way.
What you say?
That'll be. We won't get not one comment from anybody about this topic except the vegan part.
And I
Not
want to
even
know
some of the
too,
vegans.
why you always
They'll
eating
tell
my
you.
food's food?
Yeah, exactly. Stop eating my food. It's food.
So
But
like,
Painkillers.
Nike,
Okay.
Nike jumped in real quick. Nike was like, we don't sanction this. We ain't got
Okay.
nothing to do with this.
right.
But
Like,
Nike's
hey,
actually suing him. I
are
Nike's
they?
heard.
actually suing them for
Yeah, they
trademark
want him
infringement.
exactly, and they
That's
want all
Then
the profits he made off of it.
that's what I
nah,
was like.
then
How
they're gonna
did
sue
Nike? Why would who in Nike's board be like, yes, this is a good idea, but what would give
Yes, let's
him
do this.
the cojones to be like, I as a famous he a
Mhm.
rapper, singer, whatever,
Whatever he is.
entertainer.
A
entertainer,
famous fool.
use somebody's like you can't just say I'm gonna be a Nike shoe and not ask Nike, hey, can
But
we collab
that's
on
what
this project?
that's what
He
Mischief
thought he
does
got
though.
it like that because he bought the shoes. Once
Yeah.
you buy something, you own it technically, but once you start modifying it
And
and doing all
reproducing it,
that,
that's the problem.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
But so they're going off a
Yeah.
stockpile. So if they sue him, like they're planning on suing him, because I never read that part, then they have to sue
Mhm.
everybody else that Mischief does the same thing for. Because Mischief is the company that bought the Nike what is it 97s.
Mhm.
Uh, so
Air Max.
Mischief, yeah. So yeah, the Air Maxes. So he's in league with Mischief. Mischief owns the
Right.
stockpile, but and they
Mhm.
do this all the time. Like they drop they do these drops like twice a year, if not more. So like the Jesus joints that drop, they got to sue them too. You can't
I
just
think
target
the
him
reason
because
they're
he
doing
went
it
the
too,
Satan route.
I think
but
that's the
they
problem. They're
do
not
have
So
trying to
that actually hurts
ability
them as a
to
company.
determine how
yeah.
they want their image to be used. And if it comes out like Nike has, sided and backed, the African American community in that fight, by giving Kaepernick his deal and all of that. That's the image that they're okay with. You know what I mean? They're okay with a Christian image. They don't want their image tarnished with that sort of stuff. It's almost like if he would have put a Satan logo on a franchise Chick-fil-A. Like, no, like they don't want their image to look like that. That's why they're getting sued. So you can pick and choose how you want your image to be used. You can sue. I mean, people could take our pictures off of here, and if they put it on something funny, haha. But if they put it on something disrespectful, I might sue you. Like it's my
It's so
choice
crazy.
how I wanna be portrayed. You have a choice of how you want to be portrayed,
And
and that's what they.
what the wildest thing is that they
Mhm.
sold out. I knew they would sell out, but they
In
sold
Yeah,
out.
1 minute. In 1 minute, they sold out.
people love the devil.
But them things like PS5s.
Right.
It might have been bots though. Like I'm sure some people, like some actual human
Mhm.
beings, definitely wanted these because of limited quantity and just the
Mhm.
novelty. But the whole bot thing, I think there's going to be a lot of them sold for 5 times their worth,
Yeah, people
just
Mm.
gonna be
off
sitting there with them
supply.
shoes. I thought they were ugly as I don't know what. I really did. I was like,
Come
y'all,
on.
you ain't even put no sauce on the thing. On top of that, you done already made a demon shoe. You ain't putting out a
They
drop of
playing
sauce
that
on it.
evil.
Okay, ain't even make the
These ain't
evil
coming to my
look
house.
good.
Right. I'd be
I
like,
don't care
no.
what kind of profit.
If you were, I'm
Okay,
like, if you bought, if anybody I know would have bought them shoes, like I don't really know if I would mess with them like that no more because
it don't make no
it's
sense.
just a limit to. I'd be like, I don't know about your decision making skills. I don't know if we
Right,
can
you
be
ain't rap
friends.
tight. You ain't rap tight if you spend $1,000 on some mess like that. You could have gave that to me, baby.
Yeah, but
Right.
nobody's going. Well, I mean, there's probably a couple people who will buy them and wear them, but most people buy these shoes though to resell them. Like it's the resale market. Like he gonna
No,
sell
well,
it for
people want them for the
all
novelty, just to add
sixes.
them to their
Right, right.
collection. Wear them during some
Mm-hmm.
Halloween or something. I don't know.
Because it's
'Cause-
definitely going to
I
be
wouldn't.
talked about for a long time. And I think that's the thing, too. He wants to make pop culture history. He already did that with Old Town Road and roping all them people in, even had kids bop in it. And then came out and was like, oh, yeah, by the way, he knew that was going to upset a certain group of people. Nobody should care, though. And that's the thing. That's why he's winning if his goal is to irritate people. Nobody should care about that man's sexual orientation.
I don't.
Nobody.
But I
Nobody.
think I
But
was reading the article. It
I
said
do want to
that
throw this shoe at his face, though.
what?
well,
I said, I
I
don't
was.
care about his sexual orientation, but I do want to throw this shoe at him.
They said that his music career is not taking off. Like Old Town Road was like what #1 for like
Yeah,
a year or something like that, and
yeah.
he hasn't had that success, the success of Old Town Road. So he uses trolling to drum up
Stay
attention.
relevant.
Yeah, stay
Hmm.
relevant. Well, I don't
Because
know,
that
little
song he
nonsense.
made was stupid too. I didn't like it. I was like, why you can't just drop a cut? Just drop a hit and people will love you again. Play, you ain't got to do all this.
No,
But
I
the
don't.
music ain't been there. Old Town Road, he should have stayed in that lane. He could have went all the way Brokeback Mountain with the Old Town. He could have had a whole country rap album, assless chaps, the whole you did, and people probably would have loved it. What you got to go to Satan route for? There's not a lot of people in that demographic. You done messed up again. He should have been, I mean, he
You
should have
done
been
messed
doing
up.
burlesque and drag shows. It's so much. His community would have embraced him just fine. He ain't need to do all that. But he even got, his fellow people in the LGBT. Some of them is looking at him going, what's wrong with you, boy? Like, who hurt
Just
you?
chill out.
Go get some therapy.
Go talk to Iyanla and fix
They
that
got
life.
talk space. You don't even have to go in person. You can talk to him on the phone. Why you ain't getting no help, boy? Get some help.
I don't know, but I don't never been the
Normalize help
biggest
in
Lil
2021.
Nas X fan, but I ain't messing with him no more. He a little cuckoo. But
Yeah, he too.
on a different note, so I read that Joe Biden is supposed to be is supposed to review his authority to cancel up to
Mhm,
$50,000 in student loans. Come
mhm.
on, Joe.
Shout out to
Just let's get
AOC. Shout
this.
out to AOC. They was
Come on.
not letting him say he didn't have. He said, "I don't have the authority to do the." AOC went on Twitter like, "Yes, you do." I mean, so I get it.
I want it.
But yeah,
Look,
me
I
too.
think it's the government's fault that the prices went so high with universities in the first place. As soon as the government said we're going to back all student loans, all universities raised their prices because they're like, hey, it's
Mhm.
on now.
Yep.
So it's kind of their fault. So I kind of put it on them to fix it.
I don't understand why people don't see how greed is just a terrible idea. Like you can still make a profit. Stop being greedy.
Right. Why put people in mounds and mounds of debt to where they can't even live to go to school to get
Yeah.
a job that's starting. I was looking, on like Indeed and stuff, and I saw. I'm not even in social work, but they wanted this social work. They wanted you to have a bachelor's in social work,
Mm-hmm.
like 3 years of experience to start at $14. I was like, what? Come on.
To get cussed out all day
Yeah,
and
because it
deal
was
with
like
terrible things.
a group. Yeah, it was like a group setting. You worked in a group
Mm-hmm.
setting and you had to have it. I was like, that don't make no sense. But okay, Ryan. So what's your opinion about this? There is some opposition from
I was
people
gonna
who
say,
already then paid their loans off.
They
yeah, I
can
So
think
shut
should
up.
they?
that's just hate. But
Well, should they get some money back, or should they, like, if you paid yours, or is it like, sorry, thank you?
Give them a tax write-off. I mean,
yeah, there's probably something that could be done on the back end for people who've paid in good standing and all that good stuff. But those who are struggling, the 50 grand's will come in handy. As 50 grand's a lot for executive order per
mm-hmm.
student. I don't think it's gonna be 50 grand. I think it will happen. I think there will be some kind of credit, but
Yeah,
it'll be somewhere close to 10 than
Nah,
50.
10 ain't enough.
it's all
So
ain't.
yeah, so I
Make
don't
it
know. Like
rain,
that, it
Joe.
just seemed too good to be true.
I
But
need at
we'll
least
see.
Yeah,
35.
But then what happens? What happens now though? Like so, let's say it goes through.
that's
Let's say next spring it goes through. Everybody gets their 50 grand
Uh-huh.
canceled. What about new students? Are they going
Then
to keep
then
doing
that's
they
on
this?
need
you,
to make it
'cause you
affordable.
know.
The whole thing needs to be modified because what's sad is how back in the day when most people started incurring these higher debts, higher education was touted as being, oh, it's a big deal. You got to do it. You got to get it. When you look credential wise, everybody wants a bachelor's or a master's, and people done paid through the nose for them. Now they're trying to tell people go to trade school, start going
Mhm.
to college. So it's like, just make it affordable, man. Like you
Mhm.
still be able to get admission scandals. You still gonna have people wanting to go to the Ivy Leagues for the prestige and all of that kind of stuff. But the regular folks that just want to educate themselves so they can have a better future, we don't want to be hundreds of $1,000s in debt for our education. But people are doing it so they can have something. That's why I'm like, look, they'll get the message, just don't pay that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it'll change the process though.
Don't
Is
give them
the
nothing.
is the
Monique and
question?
I were talking about this the other day, and I think it's a terrible way to be a young adult and to start your life $100,000 in debt. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and you can only get a job, like Chamire said, making $14 an hour. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that is not fair.
And hell, they trying to make minimum wage $15 an hour. What's mine gonna be then after I done worked this hard to get this bachelor's and incur all this
Okay.
debt? You know? How's that gonna work across the board?
$17.
I will go in there and knock all the computers on the ground and then turn around and leave.
Knock everything over.
I think that this will give them some good relief. I think it actually helps out. I think they said that Black women are the most in debt college-wise than out of all the demographics.
Mhm.
But my issue being is, what does the future look like? Because they're canceling the debt, right? So the government is basically saying, like, you don't have to pay us back. But the
Mhm.
university accepts the money. That doesn't encourage the university to go down in price. They're like, all right, well, we get paid up front, so we don't care. So I
Right.
don't know what fixes the actual issue. Like, you give people a bailout. We've been bailing out companies since forever. So I do think that's a good idea. But how do
Yeah.
you fix the system? I don't think this is that part of the recipe.
Put a
It's
cap
not.
on probably putting a cap on the debt or the amount that the university can charge a person.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
I
they would have to
feel like
lower the
If
price. in order
if it's a
to-
state or federal, but like this will also help out people who went to Ivy League schools as well.
man, I feel like
You
Ivy
can't
League
cap a
should
private
be
school.
in a different category. Like, okay,
Exactly. I
Ivy
was like,
League,
that's luxury.
that's luxury. That's the
Mhm.
Cadillac of the colleges. I just need
Yeah.
me a Honda Civic. I don't need
Exactly.
all that. Okay.
Exactly. Give me a Cavalier.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
because I'm gonna make it
Cavalier
do what it
education.
do.
No, I want Cavalier price. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I want a Honda Civic.
Exactly.
You know, if you want the Cadillac, then go ahead and get it. But know what you're getting into. I don't think that
'Cause
any
there's some.
university should be able to charge
Mhm.
more than what the state tuition price is for
Right.
that state.
Because
That
there's
should be the
quality
cap.
educators in every institution. You just gotta find them. I mean, come on. We can all agree that ratemyprofessor.com was a game changer, right? Because I was on there like, how many stars he got?
I didn't even know about
Regular
that.
schools have good professors and bad professors, just like good ones. I'm sure there's some teachers at Hopkins somewhere that people are like, how did he get here? You know, you
Mhm.
got to. So stop it. They need to make it affordable, and they can do that. They got to get in there and figure this out, because this is a whole other, you know, we got our own kids coming up. We supposed to pay these prices and these housing prices and these grocery prices and these gas prices and these light bills.
All of
We
them.
regular folk.
All of them.
Mhm.
All of it. But well, we're gonna see what Joe do whenever he make a plan. We'll talk about the update. But for right now, I'm with it. And for
Yeah,
those
me
who
too.
paid, I hope they hit you on the back end. But I can't worry about that. I got to worry about
Exactly.
right now. Thank you for being responsible and paying your loans back. But now it's time to help
Mhm.
everybody out. Okay,
Exactly.
I just give them a 10-year tax credit.
something.
Boom.
Look at that. I
Do
don't even
something
care.
to
I
make
don't
it
care.
go.
Something.
Because I'm
Something.
tired
Do
of
something.
seeing them in the comments like, I paid mine. Well, you went to school and it was $12 for a credit
I
hour.
know,
So
right?
shut up.
They're like in
Right. Thank
they're like in
you.
their 70s.
Right.
Okay,
School
well, what
Like,
have this?
$3 a class back
$100 a
in there.
credit hour.
$3
Okay,
a class.
$300 a credit hour at a community college. That's crazy. $400 a credit hour at a community college.
That's a luxury community college. Okay, now real quick. I don't know if you guys see. I sent you the video. You know Quavo of Migos,
Yeah.
and then Saweetie. So they were tussling. I call it tussling, going back and forth with some type of bag or whatever. And
Mhm.
like, he came out with this statement that's like, we were not like fighting. We were kind of like tussling over this bag, but I don't think. If she did, it looks like from what the video says and what people say, she swung on him. Like I feel like
Yep.
Yeah.
the
Yes, you did.
it doesn't look like in
That's
quotation
She
marks.
exactly what
definitely
she did.
did.
Like, if
okay,
he had, it was a split more second, she would put him down.
but why was she like? I'm not trying to say she was right. I and I feel like people say we didn't see the whole video. We didn't see the whole video. Like we don't know like what happened
Oh, no.
before they got to the elevator. Like
Mhm.
I don't think he should be tussling with a woman like over something. Like if he like restrained her to get away from the situation, yes.
What if that's what he was trying to do? Look, she was already swinging on him. What if she gonna pick up that Call of Duty box and bop his little ass again? Like, you don't know what her goal was.
He was fighting for his. I was just playing.
Trying
Fight
to
for my
call him,
wife.
like,
Fight for
"What
his
Call of
life.
Duty box?"
She was about to kill that man. No, it's
don't
not.
know.
It's never okay. It's never okay. There's
That
no
would have been
excuse.
tragic though. Y'all know everybody would have been. He would have been a meme if he would have got clocked with that box.
Yeah, he'd have been a vegetable. She would have hit him in the head with that box. He'd have been. He would have been done.
Exactly. It was self-defense.
Instead of vegetables.
You don't know, but you
Look.
don't know that she was going to hit him with that box. Whatever it was, they
He,
was
don't,
fighting
he
him.
didn't know either. She was already swinging on him. Okay.
Well, what if
So-
before
That's
the
what
elevator
happened when
doors
you wear
opened, he
blouses,
swung
though.
on her first?
That little
Oh
man.
no,
That little man didn't swing on her.
Don't,
That's
don't do
what
that.
happens
No.
when you
That's
wear
real wrong.
blouses. That grown men wearing blouses make women think they can fight them.
He should at no point
They
should he
don't
have
wear
put it.
blouses.
At no point should he have put his hands on her. He should have just walked away or ran away in his
I don't
case.
think he
Right.
swung her around. He gave her.
But yeah,
her one of
he
them-
grabbed her, and when he swung her into the elevator, like she
Oh yeah, that's right. He did
legit was
swing her.
hurt. But like that, like she
was
tried to hit him
fucking
based upon
assault.
something that happened.
Look.
We don't know what that was, and she picked up that case, which Matt knows what case that is from Call of Duty. So that's a limited edition. She picked a limited edition case. She was
Okay,
either
so
gonna
no, you
smash.
ain't gonna damage my case.
She was
Period.
either gonna smash him or smash the case or both.
Exactly. Don't mess up my stuff.
But no, he shouldn't put his hands on her. Like he should have just like, and he's rich. He could buy a million Call of Duty cases. Like just let that thing get smashed. Hopefully not
I
on
mean,
him.
yeah, but you know, some people maybe he being a little bit more frugal about it. He only had one of them with him, so maybe he just had one, and that's the only one he want to pay for. I think Saweetie, your name is Saweetie, be sweet. Don't
Listen,
be trying to smash people upside the head because that
we-
boy was scared. Once
we-
people get scared, things change.
Right.
Things change.
We
Once
have
people
all
get
been there,
scared,
minus the tussling part, where
I ain't
video
about to say,
video
where
games
is it? I ain't
where
never tussle with
video
you.
video games will ruin your relationship with your
Let me,
significant other.
let me making people think
Yeah.
that we have not tussled over any type of case.
I said
limited
minus the
edition or not.
tussling. Minus the tussling.
Minus the
We know a husband and wife where she picked up the Xbox.
No. We're not gonna put them
I
on
know.
blast like that.
Okay, well, I know a different couple who doesn't listen to this show where she picked up his PS5 and she threw it into the TV. She killed two birds with one stone.
excuse me?
PS4, my bad, not PS5. PS4 when it came out. So video
Matt,
games
you
will cause
really
domestic
have
violence.
Look,
Now it's PS4. It
Oh.
cause domestic violence, but it's still not okay. You can't put your hands on a woman.
exactly. If fellas, don't put your hands on a woman.
I feel a message coming.
Look like,
A
he looks
PSA?
like he got something else. Like he look like he got a caveat.
Look, I
Unless
saw
you
the video.
get scared.
I even watched the video in slow motion, and he just like tugged her jacket a little bit. Just kind of still
And then
wrong.
he
He's
But
still
it was-
mad.
it was
The little
just
washing
all
machine
out, like,
moved.
you know, she was about to call 1-800-HURT-123 or something. Like she was about to call a car accident lawyer. Like she wasn't hurt.
Still
faking.
can't do it. Cannot do it. But she almost dotted
I
the
wouldn't say
eye.
that, but I'm saying she's faking.
Yeah.
She faked it. She was like, "Out my neck, my back."
She
Okay,
LeBron
that
did.
little sucked up little boy. Quavo too sucked up to been to hurt her just off of that little swing right there.
Okay,
She
it's
had
clear
more of
from
a
Did you see
chance
her?
to whoop him.
She reached back. Like the video starts with her all the way cocked back, and then
Exactly.
she just misses him.
Exactly. So at that,
That boy
point, he
would have been
got us
laid
a
out.
scrapping session. It's hard after that.
No,
Once
you
you
turn
get
around. You
there-
like if you a little man like him, you turn around and you run away. You run as fast as you can.
Y'all see how many times he looked at the camera though? He was like,
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
Damn.
caught.
We this is gonna come out
I know
eventually.
it.
This is gonna come out eventually, but
What was up with the dude who saw it though? When the elevator door opened, like so if it's you, Matt, the elevator door opens. It's maybe you recognize Quavo, maybe you don't, but you see the lady laying down on the elevator floor.
uh-huh.
I'm gonna ask
You-
her if she's okay. I'm not letting the elevator go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
But the
Right.
dude that was standing there was like, I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not getting involved.
He's
Not my
like none of my
business.
business.
And I don't
I'll
want to
take the
give
next
people
one.
that I don't want to give people that know how to mind their own business a bad rap neither. It's been so much stuff happening. Like suppose he was an older cat and he didn't know who Quavo by himself. A lot of people don't know who he is by himself. A lot of people don't even know who the
I
Amigos
wouldn't.
are.
Yeah,
I mentioned him to my mama. She was like, "What's that? A Mexican restaurant?" Like you. So honestly, he probably saw this type of activity going on and was like, "Nope, I'm too old for this mess. I done lived my whole life. And I ain't gonna let this fool end up whooping or shooting me. Now I would have probably went to my car and been like, yo, there's a chick down in the elevator and it's a dude standing over. I don't know what happened, but y'all need to get in there. But I ain't gonna say nothing either. I'm gonna do exactly what that dude did. Like, oh, okay, y'all already busy in here.
Oh no, I'm gonna
You got to do something. Like
But you a
you
man,
could have picked
though.
you could have picked that case, that Call of Duty case, and ended her right after the door closed.
That's what
Even
I'm
he could
saying.
see
Like
the,
you gotta just keep your hands to yourself because if she would have,
yeah,
if he would have pushed her and she would have hit her head on one
Yeah,
of the little rails, now you
yeah,
in jail for the rest of your life. You just gotta
yeah,
yeah.
not make
There's
decisions in
definitely
the heat
exactly.
of the moment. You know what I'm saying?
there's
We all seen he
consequences.
got game, one
yeah. I was
push,
gonna say.
got him on
Yep.
dead.
Yeah, you name your child Jesus.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
all right, y'all.
Fellas,
All right.
don't whip your girlfriends into the elevator like stir fry. Don't do it.
And
Well,
girls, don't be swinging on these dudes and trying to take that Call of Duty case.
okay. All right.
Don't
Well,
do none of it. Everybody keep your hands to yourself.
keep
Keep
them
your
to
hands to
yourself.
yourself.
All right. On that
That's
note,
survival
let's
101.
get into I did a one has to go this week. Um,
Uh-oh.
y'all ready for these
Yeah, I'm
topics?
ready.
Okay,
No.
one has to go. And again, you cannot have no forms of this. No,
I'm going last this time. Y'all go first.
no
I
forms
got
of
the
it.
one has to
It
go theme
cannot
song.
be in it. It is gone. Like it never happened. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
So your smartphone, cell phone, smartphone combo, sugar, the internets, or sex.
Sugar's gone.
Sugar.
I know I said I'm
Too
gonna go
easy. Too
Sugar got it.
easy.
fast.
That's easy.
You want me
Yes.
to end up living my skinniest, sexiest, bestest life while still
Yeah.
having the internet, smartphone,
I
and
feel like
sex? That's sugar.
I would look like I'm 20 forever. No sugar on my body.
Yeah, but you can't have no cakes, no pies,
I don't care.
no
You
drinks.
can have that. You use Splenda or
Look,
Monster
No,
or whatever.
you can't. No substitutes.
you said no Call of Duty, no cheeks, or no phone.
Yeah,
Sugar's got to go.
Okay, it's still like,
I thought that was gonna be hard.
No.
oh,
Oh
even me,
man,
that done finally got me hooked on Call of Duty. I'm playing Kill Confirm as soon as I get through. Yeah, I give up the sugar for real. And that's hard for me to say, but sugar don't entertain me. It just tastes good.
No, it bothers me. Like every year I do a fast, and every
Yeah.
year it's the sugar part. Like
see,
Yeah.
it
I
catches me
was
like
like,
3 weeks in.
I was torn between sugar and the cell phone because like I mean I lived
Mm.
the
I thought you were gonna say something else.
I thought so too. I was like,
I was gonna say, dang, Ryan, dang.
oh, dang.
well we on like month number 4 right now. I'm still alive. Come on.
You know what
Um,
though? Previous conversation with Spirit, I knew that wasn't gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm
Look,
oh,
if it was a bowl of sugar and Ryan came home today, you're not gonna go Ryan or sugar. I mean,
I'll be
it's
like,
easy.
You gonna smack that sugar off the counter. Sir, give me that man.
Give me that
Look,
woman.
I'm be like the
Give
lizard.
me that man.
Yeah, but I was like, because I don't need a cell phone, guys. We live without smartphones for life,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, but sugar, I love sugar. I need it. I
Yeah.
need it.
You have access to all human knowledge in the palm of your hand and funny cat videos. I'm
Yeah.
keeping it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that about sugar though. Like it is good, but it's also like if we could find that would be the easiest way. If somebody showed up today, like one has to go in reality and said all these things are sugar, I'd be like, I'm gonna take that stuff away, man. You know, just take it. It's like a drug. Like really,
It
you
is.
have to quit it
Right.
and
I will have to
commit
quit
to
it.
quitting it.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, what's your, okay, fine. Okay. I'm going to say sugar too. Okay. Look, I'm mad since this is so easy. Okay. Sugar has to go. I agree with everybody. What's your number one has to stay?
Sex. What's wrong with you?
yeah, dang, Matt was like, yo, bro.
It's too easy for you
Well,
today,
he
huh?
kind of speaks for us both, but yeah, I was like, that's true though. Yeah, number one has to stay at sex. Then I want my phone.
Okay. And then the
And then
internet?
internet is third or is
Yeah,
after that. And then my
yeah.
phone
Well,
is
I don't know. It's kind of Actually, no, the internet, then the phone,
Yeah, I
because
was
if
gonna
we're
say, yeah.
separating the two, if we're separating the two, I want to have access. Like I can access through a laptop or whatever.
Are we
That
having one of
is
those
the
messenger bags with a laptop everywhere I go?
yeah. I need my information
Because I
super
pull it out
highway.
and Google something real quick. Google it out.
Yeah, sex and then the interwebs and then the phone because I don't even be answering that bad boy.
Agree.
I don't
Well,
like.
Ryan, what's your order then, buddy?
Oh, they already said it. So gotta keep the sex. Uh, gotta gotta keep the internets, and then the cell phone is third.
And then pour sugar down at the bottom.
Pour
Yeah,
sugar
whole little
down at the
sugar
bottom.
down there.
Yep.
I'm
I
sorry,
mean, because
sugar.
it's
Um,
not even a necessity. Sugar not even. It's just one of them little things. Like it's extra.
no, that's my like. If I sometimes I eat dinner, but I need a little something sweet now. Like,
I believe it too. This everybody was chilling. Shamir was half dead and woke up like somebody get me a Star Crunch. Like, where'd she come from? She was asleep for 30 minutes. Came out of nowhere. Like, somebody get me a Star Crunch.
I probably
I
was
would
in there somewhere listening, laughing in my head. Like, I'm gonna pop up now. I'm gonna engage in the conversation.
have.
All right. Well, okay. I thought that was gonna be so tough. I really
Yeah,
did.
no.
I really
Nah,
That
did.
was
you
probably
ain't.
the easiest one yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
coming.
made Matt look sane. That's a problem. Speaking on
Oh,
Oh,
that
man.
note, we should wrap on that note.
We ain't get to say.
all
Well,
right.
thank you to all the hosts. Thank you for making it enjoyable every
Yeah.
week. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you to the audience. Thank you for engaging on the Facebook group. Please start asking
Mhm.
us questions. We would like to address those on the show, or
Yeah.
just it's fun in the group to talk back and forth. If you want to reach us, you can reach us at the email address okay so boom podcast. That's OKAY so boom podcast at Gmail. You can also hit us up on YouTube and Facebook. Both are called Okay So Boom, OKAY So Boom. We have an Instagram, which I am now updating, so you should see plenty of posts in the near future. So it's OKAY underscore so underscore boom. And then Twitter is at OK So Boom one. So that's the only one that's different.
All righty. Well, next week I'm coming stronger because I feel disappointed. I thought I was gonna stump everybody, but everybody just I was like, yeah, I got one for them. They ain't gonna we gonna argue for this about 5-10 minutes. No, what's no arguing today. All right.
No.
Next
Yeah,
week.
we
Next week I got y'all. But
gonna bring
all
the
right.
fire.
We will see everybody next week. Efrain, thank you again for the support. We appreciate it. And we will see you next episode. Bye guys.
Peace.